pretty huge. In the next 3 to 6 minutes, we're going to be talking about this and how you can avoid a bad hire following a 3-step system. But before we get into that, my name's Steve. I help business owners get from overwhelm to profitability and implement systems that increase the value of their business. So the cost of a bad hire, whether or not you're a business owner or you've worked in a large company that where you're responsible for the hiring process, you've probably experienced the situation where you've hired someone and it's okay for the first 6 months, and then after a while it starts to not work out, and in some cases it can be horrific. Well, the studies have shown that the cost of this, and this cost comes from many areas, including the loss of time to replace and recruit a new replacement for this person, the loss of morale, the loss of business, the loss of revenue, the cost of retraining and a new resource can be from 30% to 180% of the salary, of the annual salary of that position. So the cost is pretty big. As they say, hire in haste, fire in leisure. Sometimes it can take a long time to recover from such a bad decision. There's lots of horror stories out there. So what are some things that are commonly not done that could have been done up front? You know that when you get to that point where that person's not working out, well, it's really hard to deal with the situation then, because they're in the organization, and there's a lot of pain involved. So what are 3 things that can be done during this recruitment process and hiring process that can help avoid some of these problems? Well, the first one is a good job description. A lot of people hire because they're in a hurry to find someone, and they don't spend the time planning out the role and the position and the duties. When you're planning this position, you're advertising your company or business to the person just as much as they're advertising their services to you. So it's important to get the right fit. And the way to do that is be crystal clear about the roles and responsibilities and the key performance indicators, so that everybody, both sides, know up front what's expected. A bit of planning at this phase can save a world of pain down the track. Now, the second thing that can be done, and a lot of people do tend to skip this, is the qualification and proper vetting of people that are being hired. Now, there's a great tool that I'll talk about that you can use here. It's called Discus, and it's a tool where you can use a system to profile the individual and have a look at their skills, and answers to these questions. Will profile them in such a way as it's not a perfect assessment, but it'll give you a good idea of their personality traits and how they fit in with the rest of the team, and their skills and how those skills will fit in with the needs of the business. So have a look at Discus. And of course, as you're going along, doing qualification tests and practical tests are a good way to try and assess the quality of the candidates that are coming through, not just having a sit down and a face-to-face. And the third good way is a good trial period. And this trial period should actually have key performance milestones during it, so that you can have an honest discussion with the candidate as they go through their trial period, and it gives you a good opportunity to assess how they're performing in the position, because most people are, let's face it, are on their best behavior during this period. So you want to put them in situations and test them to reveal the true qualities and understand how good a fit they actually are over time. Anyway, those are three simple principles you can start putting into your recruitment systems. If you're connected with anything I'm saying here, or you want to ask a question about recruitment systems or this process, just go to www.asksteve.online and pop a question in there.